willing to work with people who do not have insurance, those who have insurance, and those who are underinsured. So maybe they have, let's say, moderate insurance that they've gotten off the marketplace and it doesn't really cover mental health. He will work with anyone's financial background so that they can receive services. One of the words that I hear often thrown around is bipolar. Anybody know what that means or think they know what that means? Yes, ma'am, in the back.
Oh, I'm not going to stop with you. Tell us.
Oh, no, I asked for the information. Come on. Okay, so bipolar is the unusual shift in personalities, moods, energy, activity level, and concentration. That means one day you're really, really high and you are doing great. You have a bunch of energy and you are doing everything there is to do. And then the next day you can't get out of bed. And that happens for weeks at a time. Not a day at a time, not 2 days at a time, weeks at a time. If that happens, that is an absolute time to go and see someone. And if you can't get in to see someone, I highly encourage for you or anyone else that you know to have them go to the nearest emergency room to be seen. That is something that is not just going to go away. It is something that absolutely has to be medically treated. Yes, sir.
What about if they quick tempered? 1 minute you talking to them, and then the next minute you say something to them, they ready to chop your head off.
So that is usually what we call mania.
Mania.
Mania, yes. Mania is the mood swings that do this all the time, and there's no up and down reason for it. It just happens. That is also part of being bipolar.
Okay.
And they can go hand in hand. You can have bipolar without the mania, and you can have mania without being bipolar. Yes, sir. Anyone else have a question? All right. Case management. Anybody have a clue what case management is? Oh, come on. All of y'all are so much seasoned than I am. I'm sure you know what case management is.
Don't have a clue.
Absolutely. Overseeing somebody. So what it is the professionals that are here to help manage your health care. And it doesn't matter what kind of health care it is, whether that's mental health or physical health, but they help coordinate your services. And most doctors' offices, and definitely us, have case management that's available to say, okay, I've got 5 other appointments and I can't keep up with them. You have somebody who can help manage those by calling and saying, hey, Miss Faye, you have an appointment tomorrow at CareStar Health at 2 o'clock. Are you going to be able to make it? And so it's somebody just that's assigned to you to call and help you keep up with your appointments. And that is a free service within our organization. There were 2 others that I wanted to do. Trauma. Anybody have any idea what trauma may be? What the meaning is? It could be. It could be. Trauma is a term used to describe challenging emotional events. Those things that are not in the normal scope of things. So not walking outside and seeing a car accident, maybe not trauma unless somebody got really hurt and there were a lot of ambulances and there was a really bad injury that happened. That would be trauma because you witnessed it. Watching TV typically isn't trauma unless you're watching something really scary from day to day, but that is not typically trauma. And trauma can happen from anything. Trauma can be from hitting your head. Trauma can be from remembering something that may be very traumatic for you from your past. So trauma doesn't necessarily have to be something that happens now. It can be something that happened previously. But trauma is something that you absolutely can talk about. You can absolutely have someone assist you with so that hopefully that trauma doesn't continue to infect and affect your current lifestyle. All right. Anybody have any questions about mental health or any of the terms that I've used so far on our bingo?
Curious about the rape. I guess you were talking about a victim rather than a perpetrator.
Correct. And rape, unfortunately, is one of the very first traumas that most people have to deal with. It is unfortunately one of the highest criminal things that is done in our neighborhood and done to not only young people, but to some of our seasoned adults as well. So yes, and it is trauma, and it is nothing that anyone can prepare for. It happens, and it is definitely one that it is underreported most of the time because people are too afraid to say this happened to me. Never be afraid to report anything to the police. That is why they are here. Yes, sir. Anyone else?
That movie Sound of Freedom brought that out, that sex trafficking
Correct.
with kids.
And unfortunately, Montgomery and Alabama as a whole is an actual gateway to that. We are connected to Florida, up into Tennessee, and over to the East Coast, and those are what they call trafficking highways, where literally if you get on one interstate and just keep driving, you can drive into another state and they can't necessarily stop you because there's nothing to stop you. Yes. Any other questions?
Where's your local office in Prattville?
It is in downtown Prattville, across from the Dollar General in downtown Prattville, next to the Otaga Home Health Supply building.
Long
Yeah,
building,
okay.
that long-looking building?
Yes, the long brown-looking building that used to be Ivy Creek. We are in the front half of that building.
Okay.
Yes. And we are usually open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4:30.
On Main Street? Yeah.
Yes. I do have some brochures that are here with some additional information if you want any. I didn't want to keep the food from getting cold, so I have enjoyed my time with you. I hope this was interactive and helpful to you. Please keep those sheets if you like, and the pens are yours. And thank you all for letting me spend some time with you this evening.
Thank you, that was fun. Okay, now, she has these up here so you can come by and get them. Does anybody else have anything that they would like to say? Y'all ready to eat? We'd like Mary to join. Well, I've already asked her
Spend as
to.
much time as can.
Okay, do you have a phone number?
Yes, the number to our office is 334-279-7830. Have to think about that one.
That's in Montgomery. Where's
That
it?
is our local, we have a switchboard there and they will transfer you to,
Where in Montgomery is that?
it is on Upper Wetumpka Road.
And if you call that number and ask for Prattville or ask for Mary, then they'll send you to her.
Yes, I am the only Mary in Otaga County.
Yeah, that's right.
So they know it's me.
Anybody else? Okay, well, I'm glad you're gonna stay and join us, so let's eat.